What's up guys, Alyssa here, and today I'll be sharing the real budget that we used to pay off $75,000 worth of debt. That's including eating out, vacationing, and why we chose to live off of one income. After sharing with you how we paid off $75,000 worth of debt, I figured it would make the most sense to also share the budget format that we used to pay that money off. So of course the first and most important step that I shared in my other video is that we lived off of one income. So I got a second job and his income was what we lived off of, and then my two incomes is what we went to pay the debt off with. This system created urgency and simplicity. One income equals living, but two incomes equals freedom. Step 2 is fixed expenses, non-negotiables. You'll find this in every budget. That is utility, mortgage, gas, groceries, and insurance. We cut in every area that we could, but we also made it realistic. So stability first, aggression second. Step 3, the debt snowball. This is our biggest line item in the budget. So the way that the debt snowball works is that you find the lowest debt payment that you have, whether that's a credit card, student loan, regular loan, whatever that lowest payment is, you're going to pay that off first. And then you're going to pay everything else, just the minimum at that moment. It doesn't matter if the interest rate is lower for other payments, but in order for this strategy to work, you have to hone in on the smallest to largest debt, focus on that smallest one, and then once that's paid off, you're able to dump in all the money that you were paying off into that one, now into the second one, and it just continues to snowball until you get to this big effect with everything being paid off. Step 4, we budgeted for fun. This is a issue of contention with a lot of budget gurus because they want you to focus on the debt, but I think sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming. If you have the ability to hold on tight, but we budgeted for fun in ways with unlimited subscriptions for physical activities. So for instance, we do a urban air membership and it was around $20 where we live per kid. So we spent about $50 a month doing that, but there is unlimited access to urban air. So your kids aren't feeling like they're cooped up. They're still able to have a lot of fun, engage with their friends, and you're not coming out of pocket. Like one ticket to urban air is that same monthly fee. And you don't even have to do the level that we did. I think we did like the ultimate level because it comes with a pizza and a snack and everything's included. There are cheaper packages you can choose. You just won't be able to use all the amenities, and I didn't want to limit my kids to that, so we just paid the full $20. But like I said, there's cheaper options as well. And then for food, we kind of made Sunday our special day to eat out. So we would choose restaurants that were affordable. We weren't going to Ruth Chris and Benihana, but we would choose an affordable restaurant like Chili's or Texas Roadhouse. We have a place in Georgia called Ponko that they really like. And including tip, we never spent more than $60. With being intentional with the food budget, I would definitely consider not drinking any alcohol when you're eating out because that can honestly make your bill grow really high. So we would eat out, but we would be very intentional with how we ate out. We would be careful about the restaurants that we chose. We would be careful about what we ordered on the menu. So for trips, we did more on the affordable side. We stayed more local to where we are so we could drive and not have to pay for flights. We chose more budget-friendly hotels instead of Airbnb or whole houses to rent. And then we had purchased a Dollywood membership. So if you don't know me, I'm a membership queen. We have memberships to a lot of different things, but having a membership to Dollywood was nice because we were able to go to the park for several days and feel like we were on a full-fledged vacation, but we spent under $1,000 for the whole trip for a family of 4, and everyone got a ticket and everyone got to participate. So that is definitely something that you should consider. Step 5, how my serving income was intentionally handled. It was not counted as lifestyle money. It went straight into debt, and at one point had paid off an entire card with just 1 month of income. Extra income equals acceleration, not excuses. Step 6, the saddest step, what we said no to. So the budget worked the best because we said no to lifestyle upgrades, impulse purchases, and everyone else is doing it spending. So we really stuck to the non-negotiables. We stuck to our eating out once a week. And even with that, we were in small group for a portion of that. And so we kind of used that to buffer too, because every other Sunday we had small groups, so only every other Sunday were we eating out. So you can find fun ways to work around it. And honestly, if you have children, they can be really easy to please. So sometimes eating out could mean going to Domino's or any other type of pizza place that you like, and you're not spending more than $25-$30, and you're still allowing your kids to enjoy life, because no joy budgets can tend to fail. So just as a recap for a line by line item budget, these are the things that were specifically in our budget. So for fixed expenses, we had housing, utilities, phone bill, life insurance, health insurance, which was taken out of my husband's check, so it kind of didn't directly affect us, but I know some people do have to pay directly after they get paid. Tithing was also one of our fixed expenses. That was something that was very important to us, so we made sure that we continued to tithe, even though I know some people may not choose to do that, but that was something that was very important to us. Then we had car insurance, car note for one car, and groceries. And then of course the big ticket item was paying off all of the debt. So those are the major categories in our budget. And then our smaller categories that weren't always concrete every single month was the dining out, and then the subscriptions to things like Urban Air or having like your Netflix subscription. We did hold on to just a few of those things so that we can still enjoy life. And the things that we held off on that people normally suggest that you should have in your budget, and of course you should as long as you don't have any debt, that was stuff like our emergency fund, retirement, college savings, big purchase savings, shopping, entertainment, vacation. And the vacations that we went on, honestly, we had a few bonuses that came in that year, so we kind of, instead of putting that into debt or putting that into savings, that's kind of what paid for our vacations. So we didn't necessarily go off course too much with those vacations. So that is how we chose to budget to pay off $75,000 worth of debt. If you have any questions about budgeting or any of the apps that we use, just go ahead and comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe for all family content and financial content, and I will be happy to see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.